Okay. So when you're performing magic, remember, magic in antiquity is all about image. It's all about image and the creation and the manipulation of image. And that hence the idolatry. That's what idolatry is the crafting and the use of image.
Say more about that.
Uh, so the magician works via um, a higher order physics that we don't understand, but somehow that's controlled by image. This is how they looked at it, image. And you can induce and invoke image through
Got it.
song. Okay, do you see? Through song. And part of what you can induce is healing. You can induce healing through song. Yeah, right? Because that's just how the cosmos works. It's the image that you're bringing in. And the magician knows that. So the magician creates a language whereby the images can only be manipulated by the magician or by those the magician wants. It's the kind of the equivalent of a Hippocratic. The Hippocratics are the same thing. Don't say it was just the magicians being weird. The Hippocratics wouldn't let you um, practice medicine. It was only within their own caste. No. There's only a certain number of families that do that, and you can't. So, did they have a secret language to hide their goods? No, they just refused to pass them on, right? So they would make castes. The Magi did the same thing, but they did so through language. They passed on their teaching. So Otto Kern, this German classicist, says there's something in these texts called, we're going to call it the Orphic voice, and some of the texts actually say this is how you write Orphic. So when he said Orphic voice, he wasn't just pulling something out of his theoretical noggin. He was saying these things actually, they refer to this language in ancient texts. It's called Orphic, right? And there's 5 different dialects of it according to the magical papyri, right? So that's what I started chasing down was the Orphic. I was like, ooh, I gotta read it. I gotta figure that. I gotta read this stuff, right? I gotta crack it. And then I got very fortunately, in following the muse, I went right to the Renaissance and the guys in the Renaissance. I'll stop here, but the guys in the Renaissance recognized the Orphic code and transmitted it in their writings. Petrarch, I'll just say, has a book called the Secretum, where he uses the Orphic code. It's a magic code via image. It's a code via image. And it was actually written out, but not with letters. We have one surviving example in the No, there's like three surviving examples in the PGM. The Papyri Graeci Magicae, the Greek magical papyri. There's this bunch of stuff that the Christians, when they started throwing away all their magic texts, because their teachers were telling them, their leaders were telling them, throw away all your magic, right? So they were throwing away their texts. Somebody collected them in Egypt. We got a garbage dump in Egypt that has a bunch of them, and they show the writing. You can actually see the Orphic writing itself. It's be the earliest writing of the Magi, you could call it.
When you say